Welcome back to CBSN. It is time for our Vlad and Di chat with senior producer Dinah Miller. What's up?
Hi, so much.
I know. I've been away for a week. I was in New Orleans. I was on vacation.
Well, you deserve it.
I know. Sliced my head open. I have stitches that are coming out today. Dr. Tara Narula's husband.
There you go.
Sewed me up.
That's why we have doctors.
Exactly. So tomorrow, there is a huge show planned for CBS This Morning.
Huge. This is so exciting, and we've been working on it for weeks now, and it's all finally happening. We're going to be broadcasting live from the top of the new One World Trade Building, from the One World Observatory on the 102nd floor. And
that is so cool.
It's awesome. It's the first look. We're blocking out the shots in the control room right now. You know, all our producers have been down and getting ready for the show, but it is really an incredible building, an incredible experience. We're going to take people inside. Everything from the moment you walk in the door is like nothing you've ever, seen before. And every element of the architecture and the experience has been just thought through so thoroughly. Even the elevator ride is like something that, you would expect to be an experience in and of itself.
Are you going to see that, the elevator ride up?
Yeah, Anthony Mason gives us the whole tour of what it's like to go inside and what you see when you walk in, you get up there, and then, of course, the expanse from the 102nd floor and the view of the city that's absolutely, unparalleled.
The backdrop will be incredible. That's going to be so cool.
It's going to be really cool, yeah.
And who is joining the show tomorrow?
The big show. Well, we obviously had to have, big guests for this big show. So New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio will be on set.
As big as it gets when it comes to New York City.
It's very appropriate, and it's the first time he's joining us on CBS This Morning, so that's great.
Cool.
And we've got Anderson Cooper, our friend.
Oh, our friend Anderson Cooper.
We have the CNN connection,
That's
but
right.
He's coming on, obviously, with 60 Minutes too, and he's going to talk about, he's a native New Yorker, grew up uptown, and obviously has seen the city change a lot. So
that's
get his
really.
take.
Oh, I'm so bummed I won't be there. Like, we have a connection, as you said. We used to work for Anderson, and like, it's going to be so cool to see him. We see him on 60 Minutes, but he's never been. Has he been on CBS This Morning before?
Yeah, he's been on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but he'll be, not in this environment.
Yeah,
big show at the top of the new World Trade Center. So.
All right, and the other sort of big story, you teased a little bit of it today. Charlie Rose spoke to George Clooney, and we learned so much just today, but I know you've got more planned.
We do, and this was actually the first look inside. They did this interview from the new building, and Charlie and George are good friends. I can call them Charlie and George, right?
Charlie and George,
No, they're good friends. And
Jack and Angelica.
Yeah, exactly. No big deal. But they had such an honest, open, great conversation. So part of the conversation that we aired today was, we have to play a little bit now, because it was George talking about his proposal to Amal, and it just got the entire control room like sighing and laughing. So take a look at this.
I'm 53 at the time, and or 52, I think, at the time. And I said, I've been on my knee now for about 28 minutes, so I gotta get an answer out of this, because I'm gonna throw a hip out.
I'm not 20 anymore.
Exactly. I mean, I'd be able to stand back up.
I mean, he sounds so in love.
Yeah.
That's what we've been saying all along. That I've never seen a Hollywood couple, except perhaps maybe, I don't know, like Joanne Woodward and Paul Newman, that are so into each other.
Right. Well, today on the show, Charlie told that, when they all went out to dinner, they actually held hands during dinner, so it really is so sweet.
If he wasn't already the biggest heartthrob in the world. Exactly.
I know, and you can really just imagine him there in that moment. So tomorrow he talks more about his relationship with Amal and how they're influencing each other's professional lives as well. And Charlie asks him about kids.
I want to hear about that, because I would imagine if they choose to have kids, they'd be the most beautiful children.
Most beautiful children alive.
I also love how Charlie also, in This Morning, and even when he was on CBSN, he had this tinge. I said, so Charlie, like, I heard Nora asking you about marriage. Are you so moved by like George's proclamation of love?
He makes it look good.
And Charlie just grinning at me like a Cheshire cat.
No, it's awesome, and the two of them sitting down, you can't get that anywhere else. It's cool.
Awesome. So this is going to be an exciting show. Cannot wait.
Yes, you're also going to be on tomorrow, bringing us some highlights from Letterman's last shows and all of that. So
I was saying this morning, it's going to be sad. I'm looking forward to the finale, because it's going to be, I'm sure, a thing.
Yeah.
But it's going to be so sad to see him go.
I know.
He's one of the legends, and I grew up like you, grew up watching Dave. I remember saying to myself when he first burst onto the scene in the early 80s, like, I was a big Johnny Carson fan. I loved Johnny Carson as a kid, but he was so funny. And the humor was so absurdist that I just thought, wow, like this is not my, and I know we say this is a cliche, but this is not my father's like Tonight Show or like even late night show.
Totally different. And he transformed it. And I think that tomorrow night's show is going to be a real celebration of that. So, yeah.
All right. So big show.
Big show.
Big show coming in. That's actually Ed Sullivan, but from the Ed Sullivan Theater. Big show.